another video on my channel. I heard that you all love fact reading ASMR videos. And I got good news, because I personally love watching these kind of videos myself. And I also happen to love making them. So, that's what's going on today. Another ASMR fact reading. I don't know why these videos are so relaxing. I don't know why we all love them. I just know that we do, and that they are. So, without further ado, let's get right into the reading, shall we? Today, I have about 55 or so facts I'm going to be reading. They are random. I didn't look for a specific category or anything. I just found a bunch of random facts and picked out some of my favorites. So, I did have to skip some facts that I found uninteresting, but I guess I could use them for future videos. So, let's get started. Fact number 1. The world's oldest hotel has been operating since 705 AD. Oh, also, before I continue, disclaimer as usual, I didn't fact check these, so if there's something on here that's not true at all, and you know it's not true, sorry about that. I didn't fact check them. I just picked them for entertainment purposes only. Let's start again. The world's oldest hotel has been operating since 705 AD. The world's oldest hotel has been operating since 705 AD. Yawning cools your brain. Yawning cools your brain. So, hopefully you're watching this video, you're getting tired, you start yawning a few times, and your brain will get cooled down, help you get to sleep. It takes 68 days to swim the full length of the Mississippi River. It takes 68 days to swim the full length of the Mississippi River. I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know if I could swim for more than like 5 minutes straight. Even 5 minutes is probably a stretch. There is a Boston Typewriter Orchestra. There is a Boston Typewriter Orchestra. So I found this one interesting. So some of the website that I use for these facts had like a backstory for some of the facts. So this one is actually exactly what it sounds like. They have an orchestra with typewriters. So instead of playing, normal instruments like trumpets or whatever, or pianos, they use typewriters to make songs. It's pretty cool. Fleas are among the world's best jumpers. Fleas are among the world's best jumpers. I've heard that before. An apple can last up to 10 months. An apple can last up to 10 months. I find that hard to believe. I feel like that needs to be in some very strict conditions, because I used to work in produce, and obviously I put out apples all the time, and I don't remember apples ever lasting 10 months. If they started to rot, we would have to pull them from the shelves. They did not last that long, so I don't know how you can get an apple to last 10 months, but it's interesting. The word tragedy comes from an ancient Greek word meaning goat song. Goat song. The creator of the Pringles can is buried in one. The creator of the Pringles can is buried in one. And they did say on the website that he is buried in an original flavor can. So, I'm assuming he got cremated, and they put the ashes in a can and then buried him. I don't think they made a human body-sized Pringles can to stuff him into. I'm assuming they just cremated him, and put him in a can, and buried the can. The Wizard of Oz's full name is Oscar Zoroaster, Fadrig, Isaac, Norman, Henkel, Emmanuel, Ambrose, Diggs. Wow. Penguins used to be 6 feet tall. Penguins used to be 6 feet tall. That's so weird because I'm 6 feet tall. So I'm imagining like a penguin looking me in the eye, like same height as me. That's terrifying. I don't know. I'm assuming that was back in like the Ice Age kind of days when everything was huge. It seems like every animal on the planet was bigger back then. A brewery in Canada makes beer using water from 20,000-year-old icebergs. A brewery, I don't know why that's hard to say. Brewery in Canada makes beer using water from 20,000-year-old icebergs. I bet it tastes really crisp. The Slinky was created by accident. The Slinky was created by accident. I had to get the backstory for this one because it's very intriguing. So here it is. The inventor of the Slinky, Richard James, a naval engineer, was trying to create a spring that could help stabilize equipment on boats in choppy waters. However, his spring's ability to move, seemingly on its own, proved more interesting and became the prototype for the Slinky in 1943. There you go. That's the backstory of the Slinky, if you were wondering. At any given moment, there are approximately 2,000 thunderstorms happening on Earth. At any given moment, there are approximately 2,000 thunderstorms happening on Earth. I'm gonna assume that most of those are happening like over water and stuff, like places where people where places where there are no humans, because I feel like we would hear a lot more if there's 2,000. I don't know, maybe I'm underestimating. Yeah, no. I would guess that at least half of those are just happening out in the ocean and stuff, because that's crazy. Michelangelo hated painting the Sistine Chapel and wrote a poem about it. Michelangelo hated painting the Sistine Chapel and he wrote a poem about it. They did have a section of that poem on the website that I got these facts from, but I didn't copy it on here. But it was something about his beard pointing towards the heavens and like his neck is tired or something. Something like that. He was basically complaining in the poem, and I can't blame him. That was quite the challenge to paint the Sistine Chapel. 1 million Earths would fit inside the sun. 1 million Earths would fit inside the sun. Wow. The Earth already seems so big on its own. It's crazy to think that 1 million Earths would fit inside the sun. And then I've seen like videos where they could fit like 1,000 suns inside like bigger stars, so it's just endless. The letter Z was removed from the alphabet for 200 years. The letter Z was removed from the alphabet for 200 years. The backstory of that one was something about some Roman emperor or something decided to take it out for a while. I don't know what he was up to. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, which is a real thing apparently, I had no idea that existed. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council ruled that hot dogs aren't sandwiches. They ruled that hot dogs aren't sandwiches. So, if anyone asks you what you think, if hot dogs are sandwiches or not, you got an official answer. It's not a matter of opinion anymore because the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council has ruled on it. So there you go. They are not sandwiches. A coffee taster, a professional coffee taster, had his tongue insured for 10 million. I'm assuming that's pounds. I don't think that's the euro symbol. Messi, the soccer player, I think he has his legs insured for like 40 million or something. Yeah. If he ever damages his legs, I guess they'll pay up to that much. The chills you get when listening to music are caused by your brain releasing dopamine. The chills you get when listening to music are caused by your brain releasing dopamine. I always hear people talking about like daydreaming and stuff. Do you guys ever like listen to certain songs and just picture like scenarios in your head and it gives you goosebumps and stuff sometimes? And I do that a lot. More people tuned into Prince Charles and Princess Diana's wedding, rest in peace, than for the Friends, Cheers, Seinfeld, and MASH finales combined. Wow. I know a lot of people love Princess Diana. She seemed pretty cool. And if the Queen and all of them did murder her, that's messed up. Because I'm pretty sure she was like the first and last royal to actually care about the people or something like that. I don't know too much about what they got going on over there, but that's what I've heard. The word for black belt. The word for black belt in Japanese translates to first step. The word for black belt in Japanese translates to first step. It's funny because I've always thought about black belt as like the final step, you know, in karate or whatever. The black belt's like the goal, but I guess not. Not to them. The world's largest pumpkin weighs more than a sports car. The world's largest pumpkin weighs more than a sports car. I've seen some pretty big pumpkins, so I believe that. Doctors who play video games more than 3 hours a week make fewer operating room errors. Wow, that's pretty interesting. So, if you're an aspiring doctor, play some more video games because you'll be better when it comes to surgeries. The average American woman owns 7 pairs of jeans and only wears 4. The average American woman owns 7 pairs of jeans and only wears 4. I don't even remember putting this fact on here. I don't even know why it's on here. I feel like most people would own more than 7 pairs of jeans. Oh, I don't know. I guess I only have a couple, or like a few. Depends on how much variety you want, I guess. Yeah. But there you go. Average American woman owns 7 pairs of jeans and only wears 4. Next page of facts. Here we go. Dolly Parton lost a Dolly Parton look-alike contest. That's funny. I feel like she's a pretty unique look. She has a pretty unique look going on, so I don't know how she would lose that. An NFL referee can also get a Super Bowl ring. I did look this one up because I thought it was pretty interesting. So, like, when the winning team wins a Super Bowl, everyone gets a ring, right? I'm pretty sure everybody involved gets a ring, like, from the players, the coaches, everyone on the staff, like, everybody can get a ring. And apparently, because I guess being selected to be an official for the Super Bowl is a huge honor, right? You gotta be like a solid ref, because they want to make sure that you're making all the right calls. So they get a little ring. It's not as big and fancy as that Super Bowl winner ring, but it's just a little ring to show that they were chosen for the Super Bowl. And the website said that the refs are very proud of them and they wear them as often as possible, so good for them. New York City is going to get bigger to prepare for climate change. New York City is going to get bigger to prepare for climate change. I don't really know what they mean by that. Is it like the water level's rising, so the city's gonna like rise as well? Or is it gonna spread out more? I don't know. A sneeze sounds different around the world. A sneeze sounds different around the world. So this fact apparently is that, like in America, when we sneeze, if someone was to type out what a sneeze sounded like, they put like a chew, right? Like ACH, a bunch of O's. But apparently in other countries, or other parts of the world, it sounds different when they sneeze. But I don't know. I feel like everybody sneezes different. Funny story, back when I was in high school, there's a guy in my grade that I had him in a few of my classes, and whenever he would sneeze, he would scream. Like, obviously I'm not gonna do it. I can't like imitate it because that would ruin the point of the ASMR video, but we would be like chilling, taking a test, whatever, and he would just scream loud, and it was like a sneeze. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it hurt him to sneeze. He would just like force it out, and it was like, it sounded like he was screaming every time. It was really funny, especially when you would, because I would like have had him in a class before, so I knew it was coming. Eventually he's gonna let out these scream sneezes, but other people that have never had him in a class, the first time he does it, the reactions are always funny, so hope he's doing alright. A Belgian pigeon named Armando is worth $1.4 million. Wow. It's probably like a pigeon that was in some commercials or something. Mars exploration has its own Scottish tartan. I don't know what a Scottish tartan is. Sorry if that makes me seem stupid or whatever, but I don't know what that is. Sorry. There are more than 60 different species of eagles, but only 2 live in North America. There are more than 60 different species of eagles, but only 2 live in North America. A symbol used in place of a curse word is called a grolix. So when somebody is typing out a curse word and they want to censor themselves, and they put like the @ symbol and like an asterisk and, exclamation point, all that, the pound sign, I guess those symbols are called a grolix. So, interesting. Hairiness, like how much hair is on your body, is correlated with a higher IQ. Hairiness is correlated with a higher IQ. It's interesting. Spam mail got its name from Monty Python. Spam mail got its name from Monty Python. It's funny because of how often I feel like people use the word spam nowadays. It's like if someone's spamming something, just constantly doing, like spamming your messages or whatever. That's funny. Facebook's blue color scheme is for Mark Zuckerberg's benefit because Mark Zuckerberg suffers from red-green color blindness, and blue is the color he can see the best. So, he chose blue to benefit himself. Or, I guess it worked out. I think most people like the blue, so it doesn't really matter. A pianist set a Guinness World Record by performing at a record-breaking height in honor of her mom. That's cool. I didn't, they had some of these facts, they had pictures for them, but they didn't have one for that one, so I don't know. Is that like, she performed at a record-breaking height, like height-wise, like way up in the sky, or was it like a pitch of the piano was record-breaking? I don't know. Picasso was a suspect in the 1911 Mona Lisa theft. Picasso was a suspect in the 1911 Mona Lisa theft. That sounds very interesting. I'd love to watch a documentary or something about that. Picasso was just jealous that the Mona Lisa was taking all the attention away from his work, so he stole it. President Barack Obama, is a 2-time Grammy winner. President Obama is a 2-time Grammy winner. That's funny. There's a word for when you can't remember a word. That word is lithologica. Lethologica, however you pronounce it. That's the word you say when you can't remember a word. I don't know when you would use that, but there you go. Lethologica. The record lowest temperature in the U.S. was negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit. The record lowest temperature in the U.S. was negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know how much that is in Celsius, but yeah, that's like 60 degrees below freezing, I think, so there you go. Male monkeys will pay to look at female monkeys. Male monkeys will pay to look at female monkeys. I don't know how they discovered that, but like, did they use their like bananas in the zoo as like payment? I'm assuming they didn't have actual money. I'm assuming it was more like a trade system. Like they had like a little wall in between them, the males and the female monkeys, and if the male monkeys gave up a banana or something, they would open it up and let them see them. That's funny to think about. A ghost word. A ghost word is a word that became a word by error. They explained this one a little bit as like, it's basically, well, they used the word they used for an example was dord, D-O-R-D. I don't remember what it was supposed to be, but it was basically someone was writing like the Webster's Dictionary or whatever, and they mistyped or miswrote whatever they did, and the word dord got put in there, and everyone read it and kind of spread it everywhere. And then I guess 5 years after it came out, someone finally realized it was a mistake, but it had already spread kind of far. So it's just a ghost word. Like, it's not an actual word. It was accidentally made a word by someone when they were filling out the dictionary. That's funny. I wonder if there's any ghost words that are just like so popular now that no one would think they're like that, because personally I've never heard of the word dord before. I feel like I would read that and think it was made up. So Legal Seafood's clam chowder. Legal Seafood's clam chowder has been served at every presidential inauguration since Reagan. Legal Seafood's clam chowder has been served at every presidential inauguration since Reagan. They also said for this one that I guess Trump like almost didn't want to serve it or something. He wanted to break the tradition, I guess. And they said no. They served it anyway, so it's funny. The burnt part of a candle wick is called the snaste, or the snasty, I don't know. The burnt part of a candle wick is called the snaste. Horseshoe crabs have eyes all over their bodies. Horseshoe crabs have eyes all over their bodies. Horseshoe crabs are like one of the weirdest looking animals there is. They look like they're from a different time, like they're from the dinosaur ages. They do not belong in modern times, it seems like. Cheese. Cheese may prevent nightmares. Cheese may prevent nightmares. So, if you're worried about experiencing any nightmares, or what's it called, the sleep paralysis, oh my god, sleep paralysis is like the scariest thing ever. I thankfully have never experienced it. I'm so sorry if any of you have ever experienced it, because every story I've heard about sleep paralysis just makes it seem like you're getting tortured. Like, it's like the scariest thing you can go through. You know, you're just chilling, trying to fall asleep, or I guess you're already asleep. You open your eyes, you can't move, and there's some scary thing in the corner of your room. I don't know what I would do. I've heard you're supposed to like start screaming at it or something, start cursing as much as you can, then I guess try to wake yourself up. But it's terrifying. But if you got problems with sleep paralysis or nightmares, try eating more cheese. French poodles. French poodles aren't French. They are widely believed to have been bred in Germany. French poodles aren't French. They are widely believed to have been bred in Germany. Night owls tend to be smarter than early birds. Night owls tend to be smarter than early birds. it's referring to people that stay up at night. You know, if you stay up late, you're a night owl. But if you wake up early, you're an early bird. So apparently, people that stay up later tend to be smarter than people that wake up early. I don't know if that's true, but if you're a night owl, it's true. It applies to you. You're a smart person. Every Dutch police car has a teddy bear in it. Every Dutch police car has a teddy bear in it. That's actually a very sad fact to think about, because this is what I assumed when I first read it, and the website confirmed that it's for, like, children. Like, if a kid just got traumatized or whatever by a crime, then they'll give the teddy bear to the kid, try to comfort them. It's so sad to think about. You know, a lot of kids have to go through some messed up stuff in this world, so it sucks. Next fact is the last fact of this video. It's illegal to sell photos of the Eiffel Tower at night. It's illegal to sell photos of the Eiffel Tower at night. I don't know why. I guess they want you to come to France and see it for yourself instead of buying photos, but that makes no sense because you can just look up photos for free. I don't know. I have no idea why that's a thing. You'd have to ask someone that lives in France. I've never even been there, so. Alright. I hope you enjoyed this fact reading video, or found it interesting. As always, comment down below if you want to talk about any of the facts in this video, or if you have any suggestions for future videos. I do have ideas of my own, but it's always nice to get inspired by what you guys suggest. So, that being said, hope this video relaxed you, or hope you fell asleep, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night.